Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi once again. So we'll continue with the let me share my screen. Yes, that. Come in, please. Okay, share screen. Okay, so we are here. So we are here in Elementor. Yeah, we want to edit our site. So we have three main panels in Elementor. We have the navigator. This navigator is where we see all the files, all the elements in the page. So everything is here. We can use it to easily navigate through the site and choose the elements we want to choose. Here we have the Elementor tab, where we have the elements tab and what? The global tab. So this is not what we are going to use now. It's pro version. So here we have our elements. We have the layout, which is container. Containers, it says container, what contains things. If we put container, we can put things inside. So the container will build our website. And we have to view our website in the box model. What I mean by that is that this whole thing you are seeing, the whole website is all div. It's all about containers, div blocks. So if you are looking at this website, for example, now, it's just a big container that's covering everywhere here. Sorry. Laptop just got disconnected from here. Sorry, please a minute. Okay. Okay, it's okay. So as I was saying, everything here is a container. This thing keeps. Let me just increase the brightness. The extension is okay. This is okay for me. Now, so as I was saying, the entire content here is a container, a large container. Inside the container, you have, for example, this text, all the text here have a container, and these ones, the buttons here, have a container. And inside this text, each element separates from each other. So it's just containers inside containers inside containers. So if you are trying to build, you can see it here. The container has another container that has different elements and has a container that contains the containers that contain the buttons. So this is all about containers inside containers that make up the website. So you have to be viewing a website before you even design it. You have to like just take a broader look of the website. How is this arranged? You can see one is in the left, one is in the right. How am I going to arrange the containers? So with that, you're already getting an overview of how your site is going to look like. So this is a text. This is a text element. This header element. This text element. This button element, and likewise this button element. So we can edit this, for example, when you just click on it, because it is a WYSIWYG, sorry, it's a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So you can easily edit it. So WYSIWYG editor. So you can easily edit it here. For example, if I want to change it to the Great Wall.
You said something, please. Okay,
Sorry?
I hear what you said. Yeah, you said it's a WYSIWYG, I mean WYSIWYG. Please, can you spell it? Like, I don't know.
What
Say it
you
again.
see is what you get.
Okay, okay.
What you see, WYS is what you see. You can browse it. That's not our topic. What you see is what you get. That's what they call it. So you have the text here. You can play with the text. You can edit it. You can easily put what you prefer. So you have Lorem Ipsum. Lorem Ipsum is just a text we use in development as a text holder. So instead of just putting our text, so we can go to ChatGPT, for example, generate text. If the client has not given you the text that you need to get good placeholders, so you can edit it. You can always change this text. You can play with it. You want to highlight something, just highlight it, and then you click on bold here. You can change it to what? being an italic. You can also underline it. You have many options here. You can also change this alignment from this part. You can change the alignment from that's when you're listing as a button. You can change the alignment from this place. When you go to style, you can change the alignment from here. We are coming to that. So that's the content page. The content for text is you can change the content. When you click on this, for example, you have the ability to change the content of the text. If you are copying a text from another website and you're pasting it in a text, let me show you something. You have heading and you have text editor. If you are placing it, this is a text editor. If you are placing it in a text editor, it will take the same font and the same styling of that website, except the website does not allow for copying the styles. But if you want to input it without it taking the same stylings and everything, you just come here. You can see this on visual. You can click on text here and then input it. When you input it here, this is just like code. You are coding it raw. You can use your code tags here to improve the site. So when you're typing it here, it's going to take the format of this website, not the one you copied it from. So that's something web developers should take note of, or WordPress developers. You can also change the fonts we are using, the font family we're using here, because it's set on paragraph. If we want to change it to heading, you can change it, but I'm leaving it in paragraph. Drop caps to make the first letter a large letter. We have seen this in many websites, which is possible. Have the columns. You want the site to be arranged in the text to be arranged in columns. You still have this option here. You can set the number of columns you want. Maybe in a blog, when you have everything to be distinct in 2 columns, it's possible. And you can also set the column gaps when you have multiple columns. But since you don't have multiple columns, that's with that. The next thing you're looking at is the text editor stylings. You can change the styles here. You can set the alignment. It's currently aligned to the left. You can align to the center, align to the right, Arabic, and other semantics language. I don't know if other semantic languages are using right alignment, but Arabic is surely using right alignment. So KTech, your camera is on. Okay, thank you. We can also use justified. Justified is trying to make it both left and right aligned, but left is always given high priority. So you can see now the text are separated largely just to make it feel, arranged properly to the banks of the text box. I'll leave it in the left align, like that. You can change the color. If you want to set your own color here, you can play with it. So this is cool, but it's not accessible. It's not good for UI designer. So I will change this to something like this. Okay, it's cool. You can also change the typography, which is the text. This is okay for me. I don't need to change this. I've already talked about this. You can choose the family, the size of the text. So it's currently 16px. That's the default for paragraphs. You can change the weight. So the weight of the text you can have, it's normal. Currently it's normal, which is 400. Continue to 500, 600. You can see now it's getting bigger. To have transform, you can change it to uppercase, lowercase, capitalize, and normal. That's okay for me. Like this one now is using capitalize. This heading text. That's why whatever we are typing is in capital form, even though in box we are typing it in, it's in small letters. But I already changed the transformation to what? Capital, uppercase. Capitalize is from uppercase, sorry. Capitalize is to make only the first one, like a sentence styling, that's capitalize. So styles, normal, italic, oblique. We have decoration, underline, overline. These are things that we mostly will not use in the sites. And I think that's cool for us for now. Text shaders, we mostly will not use it. We're not going to the advanced tab for now. It will be too much for us to comprehend. For now, the basic level, just need to know the text and the styles. So that's all about text. The same with the header text. just that the header, it does not take the listing of the site, the format of the site you're copying it from. If you're copying from the site, it does not matter. You can set links where this maybe the header is taking us to another website, and you can set your links here. If the link is one of the pages, you just need to type the name of the page here. Let me see, for example, home. You see it will pop up. See home. I will just choose home here and to set it to update look by itself. Okay, so as I said, the alignment, the HTML tagging is H1, so I will leave it as H1. So that's it. That's all for the text. Then the buttons. I've already talked about the buttons, but in Elementor also you also have button settings. Button settings in Elementor. You can also check it out. It's the same thing as the text we looked at earlier. There are some things I wanted to change here. Yeah, I want to change this. I want to left align this. Yeah. So we'll come here, we'll go to the style and change it to left. So that's okay. We'll do the same thing here. Change it to left. Change it to left. Change it to left. So we also have other widgets here. Now,
before you go on, let me ask. Before we go,
hear you.
like, can you go up a little, please? A little, go up. Okay, now can we actually add links to those this column, I'll call it, or those container, those image container?
The image or this entire thing?
Okay, let's say the entire thing. If you can add links to them, maybe someone click on it and you just maybe take them to a different place if we want to, yeah.
Containers, adding links to containers. This container, I don't think there's any need to add the link here. You can add links to the text here, and you can add links to the images here.
Okay.
Image here. This does not have a link. It's supposed to have a link. Yeah, it has a link. So where is it linking to? It's a custom URL. You can put it here. This is the image. But the container, clicking the whole container, having a link, that's I don't think you should do that. Understand, Ba?
Okay, thank you very much.
So you can add the link to the text, actually. So you can add links to the text. You can add the links. Sorry, content, come here. Add your link here. You can add link to this. You can add links to this. Yes. So now let's look at other widgets in the website. You can look at the image widget. So our image widget, for example, now have this is an image widget. Let's import an image widget here. Let's put it here and play with it. So you have our image widget here. You can import image that we have in the site, either from our file library, or if you install a good you can install some plugins that will get you free images. And that, I think this free stock, okay, this is powered by Pixabay, and it came with the website we installed. So we can choose images from this. Let's choose, I like this. Save and insert. So, and this is free. So you can see the images here. We can now play with the size. So I can put it in medium. This is okay. If you want to set a specific size, you can come to what? Custom. And let's say I want to set it to 500 pixels by 500 pixels. I can set it to that and it will update itself. So you can see I can align the image. Where do I want it to be? Left. Yes, I prefer the left. The caption, you can add caption, you can add link also to the image. Do you want it to take you to the media file of the image? Meaning that when you click this image, it will show in bold, it will cover the screen. It will like a gallery. When you click on the image, then it will open the image, open up the image. That's what we have, like the media file here. And we have a custom URL. Maybe it's taking us to another website or another part of this same website. So when we go to the style, we have the width of the email, the width of the image, not email. So you can play with the width, you can play with the maximum width you want it to have, which is not go more than that, but this is okay for me. What I want to opacity is the transparency. It is currently set to 0. So if I increase it to opaque, currently set to, sorry, not to, it is 1, which is the opposite of transparency. So for example, if I want it to be, let me set the normal settings first. We can come here and play with the CSS filters, but basically you don't need this, and I will not play with this. You can use the border type. If you want border to be in your image, let me set it to 1 or 2. I will use 2. And border, the border radius, I will set it to 30, since our website is in 30. So you can see it's already getting beautiful. I can set the border color to something I prefer, and this is already looking good. When we come to hover, do you want, when it is hovered over, let me set, I will set the opacity to something like this. Let's see, sorry, set it to 0.5. So transition duration, I'll set it to, okay, let me just, I will not play with that actually. I will leave it in the, to the default. So when you see, when we hover over it, it is changing. The opacity has changed already to what we set it. If I set it to 0.2, for example, you can see now it's being almost transparent. So I'll set it to 0.8 actually. That's okay for me. So when we come here, transformation duration, it's okay. I like the duration like this. So hover animation, what does it do when you hover over it? The animation. Does it shrink? Does it pause? Pause, grow. Let's check everything. Shrink. You can see pause. You see what it does. So this, it does depend. It depends on the kind of website you are designing and what you are trying to do. You have numerous options to choose from this. You have the boss that will click on this. You have, there are some websites that you want to use this kind of animations, and the website that this may not be applicable. So like websites like websites for children, for example, designing something like this, and when they hover over it, this happens. This might be fun to them, but an adult will not like this. A mature website or a formal website is not something that should have something like this. So I'm just trying to demonstrate how it looks, or what the possibility of WordPress. So we can also rotate it. See, you can see what we are having here. So these are functions I have in WordPress and others. And we're not going to the advanced tab, but we have content and style for now. So that's all about the image widget. And this is what we just built. So to build, you can add a text. Let me design something cool. We can add the text by the side. Add the text, but the text we cannot add it by the side because what? It's not in a container. Now this is taking the full width. So add a container and take this image inside. So there now we can add our header text. I will set that. We can add text editor. We can add a button. Okay. So let's edit this. So first of all, we'll go to the container and set it to its direction. I'll set it to vertical. Sorry, not vertical. I'll set it towards horizontal because I want it to be in rows. Okay. So we have set it to vertical, but I want these 3 to be inside the container again. So I will add another container, which I will input the text inside. So you have to be looking at everything like everything is just about containers, using containers and knowing when to add a new container and when not to. So add this inside this, and I want the image to come before the container. So I'll click on this image using my navigator, take it up. So now it's before the container. So I already having something beautiful. I want everything in this container to be in center. So I'll click on this justify content. click on it. I can make it be on the start, middle, bottom, or you can space them. You can space them, spaced around, but there will be what? The same space between the elements will be the same space between the elements and also the border. So I can also use space evenly. I'll just leave it in the center like this. And this already looking beautiful. I can play with the text here, make it typography. I can choose. I've not said anything for the elemental text, so I'll use one of these colors here. And this is okay for me. This is okay. So we have something we just designed from using containers. So this, with practice, one will get to become, skillful in this using WordPress and Elementor. You can see this is what we designed. I have a button, you can set the link where it goes. And that's all for the widgets you have looked at. I've talked about the container, heading, text editor, image. You still have video, which is the same thing as the image. You have button, which I've looked at. I have divider. You can have a divider here. The width of the divider, you can set it. I want text to be between the dividers, the middle of the divider, and set it to Al-ibiewī. So I can set it to this and come to styles, set the style color to something of this nature, and something that's cool. That's just, I'm just trying to demonstrate how the the elements work. That's all about the divider. You can play with it. You also have spacer, as it says, it's just giving a gap between two things. Maybe you don't want to use the padding and everything. You have the space. So this spacer, you can give space between some elements. You see, the more you increase it, the more you have your vertical space in there. That's all what it does. That's all what it does. You can see something cool with it when you come to this advanced. You come here, set the background color to, let's say, this. So you can also do something cool with it here. So although that's advanced, and we're not going into that yet. I'll delete that. I'll delete this also. I'll change this to buy now. Buy me. Okay. Okay, the next thing you have is our Google Maps. It's just an integration of Google Maps. You can put your Google Maps here and you just type in your, that is very easy to use. Just type in your address here. Google will locate it and to set the map. Maybe for your store, let's say Bayero University, Kano. So you can see it has located my school. So this set already. So you can put it in your website and just for the location of your store or something, or your business, the warehouse or something like that. Understand? No, I don't want this to be here. I want it to be here like this. So you can zoom in. What's the default zoom level? I will leave it at 14. You can also play with the height. How tall do you want it to be? We can set something cool here. I want it to take the size of the screen we are using. So I will set it to 50 of this. Let me set it to 80. So any screen you are using, this thing will cover 50% of 80%, sorry, of the screen you are using. That's our view height type of this thing. Okay. So that's what we have in the Google Maps. We also have icons. You can play with icons and WP fonts. We'll not talk about WP fonts. It's quite complex. You have to install another plugin and play with some things. And this, I will not talk about that. Mostly we'll not use WP forms because it is very limited. We use other plugins to create forms. And you have your icon here. Let's see if we can look at this and we'll call it day for today. So here you can import your icons. You have some icons already in the Elementor library. When you click on this, you can choose icons if it's available here. You can also search. If you want to choose this, for example, you can select it. Or if you have an icon from another site you have downloaded, you can click on upload SVG. This only taking SVGs in. Okay, so you can upload SVG with one of the versions of pictures, where it's pictures stored in vector mode. So how do you want to view it? Is it stacked or framed or whatever you have here? How do you want it to the frame to be square or circle? These are things you can play with. Also the link of the icon you want. Say for example, you want to create icons that will take you to maybe Facebook or something like that. Although we have special icons for that, special icons in WordPress in Elementor, you can also use this since you also align the icon where you want it to be, the middle or that place. You can also change the style, set the primary color, which is the color of the icon itself. Let's set it to this. And the secondary color, which is the color of the background. Let's set it this. So you can play with the size. I want it to always be 24. Padding, whatever, it's okay. Everything is okay for me. So I can also play with the hovered. When it's hovered over, how do you want it to be? I want it to be the opposite. So when I hover over it, it's looking cool. So I think that's all for today. And these are pro features. I'm using Elementor Pro. It has a lot of things in the pro feature. We also have some things here. The general text, but time will not. You can also check them, and if there's anyone that is not play, message me if I'm free. Inshallah, I will answer if I'm free. If I'm free, please. So, because some people will say, no, I promise that I will answer. If I'm free, I will answer, inshallah. Okay, there's a message in the chat. Okay, it's just if there's any question, anything at all. So we'll call it date for today, inshallah. This how many minutes do we have? Okay, no question. So you can view our website when you click on this. Inside, you can view the website, what you have designed, and everything. You can also view the different screen sizes. Different screen sizes when you click on this responsive mode. You can view the different screen sizes. Come here, it's currently on the desktop, and as I said, desktop is inherited by the tab, and likewise it's inherited by the mobile. So if we come to the tab, we'll see the tab version of it. It's still cool for us. Tab is still looking okay. Come to the mobile, and everything is still looking good in the mobile. So have our mobile view here like this. This is how it will be in our mobile. And we all designed this without even knowing what is code. So something one can leverage on and be successful. I'll delete this. Okay. I like this one. So that's it. Any question?
For now, no.
For now, we are done. You have 10 minutes left. They just informed me the Zoom. Okay, so I really appreciate the presence, and we'll call it a day for today. And for now, the classes. So when you practice, if there's any problem you come across, you can message me. When I'm free, I will check it out and respond.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
When you are done with the site, for example, maybe because now you are building it in a local library, when you are done with the site, you can install a plugin, use it to export the website, and use it to import it in the new site. You come to add new plugins, and you just look for all-in-one in one WP something like that. I think that's the name. Sorry, I typed all wrongly. All in one WP something. You can use this to import. This is it, WP migration. So this one you can use it to import and export the site. So when you install this plugin, you can easily import. It's just simple. I don't want to install it in my site. I've already done it. You can see 5 million people using it. It's a great plugin and it is free. At least you can use it to install the site below 100 MB, 100 megabytes, and for free. So if you want to get the premium, you can get it. Because you can get the premium if your site is larger than that. So that's for that. Just install the plugin, you export it, you take it to the new site and you import it to the site. So,
Okay, we'd love to see an example on how that works, yeah? You know, if you want to work on the site, let's say you're working with a team or a particular plugin, they're on your website, then you now want to import it into a real domain and hosting, yeah? Now, this plugin now helps you to do that. Okay.
yes. Yeah, after you have installed your WordPress in the domain, everything, you'll just come here, your plugins, you install this plugin. So I've installed it and let me demonstrate. You come here now, you can see it has created its own tab in the side menu we have here. So when you click on it, you have some options here. You can import, export to export the entire site. What do you want to export it to? Is it a file or an FTP? Whatever. I've only used this file. You can also export it to Mega. Mega Drive. You can also have Google Cloud and other options you have here. But I usually export to my PC. So now it's already to export everything we export to my PC. Just download. It's as simple as that. But I'm not exporting this. I don't want to waste my data. When you come here, you can also import from this. Just click on import and you choose the file. You can see there's a benchmark here, 300 MB is the max you can import. In some sites, this depends on this thing. Is because the local site you are using here, local what do you call it? Hosting. You hosted the site locally, so that's why it's like this. You can also increase it if some sites, some domains, some hosting plans are 100 MB, like the free hosting plan I was using. So it's 100 MB, so I had to increase it using some advanced stuff, editing the program using code to increase the size. So you can also schedule backups. Create a backup for the site, maybe so that you can always roll over when there is a problem in the site. You can also schedule the backups, schedule or schedule any of them. You can schedule the backups regularly. These are things you can just check out. It has some limitations because this is not the premium, but the freemium plan, it's enough to do a lot of things you want to do. So I guess that's clear.
That's very clear.
So if there's no other question, we can call it today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best.